I never have to touch it. I never even have to look at it again. It's just online making me money. Someone buys it. The money goes to my PayPal account. I don't even have to do nothing for it. It just shows up. It's readily available for me to spend. You can see pictures inside, charts, the things that shows you exactly how I did it. If you're listening to this, you probably don't have a lot going on in your life. You're probably stuck in this 9 to 5. You're probably pigeonholed into a job that you hate. I'm going to say, why don't you just decide right now to take the next year, possibly next 2 years, off. Take it off. Maybe you have some interesting hobbies that you're doing on the side. Just quit. Just stop doing them. And figure out, start writing down on paper what you want your multiple sources of income to be. You don't have to go overboard like me and take 5 years off and make 50 different books. If you just one, you can make money off that. It just depends on how far you want to take it. And I know that this is a huge level of awareness just by what you just learned from me right now. You probably never heard anything like this before, but I'm sure at this point your brain is probably exploding with all the information that I just told you. You got money coming in from whatever multiple source that you did the groundwork for. Now it's taken me, I basically took the last 5 years off, and I now have over 50 different books, and I've got CDs and DVDs, and I've got all these products out there that are making me money while I'm talking to you, while I'm sleeping, while I'm working out at the gym. I'm always making money now. Your life's gonna change. Remember, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're gonna continue to get what you've always gotten. So maybe it's time to change. Damn, son. What's up, man? It's your boy Ron J. Just hanging out, doing what I do best, putting that ice on my chest, just kicking it. So flossing, letting them diamonds gloss. Got them carrots, impress these bitches. Roll through the mall. So, yeah, it's October 3rd, 2016. It's Monday morning at 9:56, so 10 o'clock in the morning. Drinking some coffee. Nice big mug of coffee, But, it's crazy, man. You know why? Because, oh yeah, I got that Soap Nation. Represent for y'all. Just kick back. I don't have my soaps on right now. I'm actually wearing some dress shoes. We about to go kick it, fuck around. Like, why? But they're like, wait a minute, it's Monday morning. Shouldn't you be at work? Doing that 9 to 5 grind. Not me, dog. You know why? Because it feels good, man. It feels good. See, everyone else is at work on Monday, and I'm just chilling. Why? Because I took the time and did the groundwork, and I'm following my own method. Making money. Unlimited amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? Getting iced up. Doing it big. Dating beautiful women. Living a lifestyle of abundance and prosperity. And, you know what I'm saying? Just following my own method to create more wealth and a better lifestyle for myself. And you guys can do it too, You just need to follow the steps in my books, the 10 steps to success. All my best stuff's in there. This new book right here is actually what I want to talk about for a second. Unlimited Wealth, Understanding How to Create Multiple Sources of Income. It's costume jewelry. This is just for fun, bro. I'm just fucking with you guys. But you can use the methods that I teach in this book to pretty much make any amount of money that you want. It can require a lot of effort on your part, maybe not, depending on the way that you use the method. And I'm gonna talk about it. And by the way, this is $11.99 on Amazon. So let me take this stuff off, because you know, I wanna get real with you guys here and talk about this book real quick, and talk about the methods in it, so you guys too can start making, you know, a lot of cash, you know, and just kind of, you know, let me talk about this some real shit right quick, you know. Okay, so look at it. You can see I got a bunch of books out. Those are all the covers I put on my wall. Those only a couple of them. I have written over 50. It's closer to 60 now. I'm thinking I'm like at 56. But there's a few on my desktop that I haven't technically completed yet. So I'm not really counting those yet. A lot of them you guys don't have access to, and they're for personal clients that are paying me upwards of $2,000 and $3,000 a day to do dating coaching. And so if these guys have certain sticking points, like I have one book, I'm not going to talk about it in greater detail, but some of my clients, they have certain kind of sticking points, and they're very unique problems. So I've written up little manuscripts, and some of these books they're not novels, you know. Some of them are 20, 30 pages, little pamphlets about stepping up a person's fashion in order to naturally create attraction with females. You know, women, they look for certain types of guys, and you might be that certain type of guy, but if you don't dress like that guy, if you maybe just dress and walk around in shorts and a t-shirt, and you don't actually know the art of approaching, you know, I can pull hot bitches. The other day I was in the mall just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, just proving that my own method works to get girls. I got a number from a beautiful girl who worked at a kiosk selling beads or something like that. Gorgeous girl. Most guys wouldn't have a fucking chance with her. So there's a lot of my products that only people that are paying me in cash are gonna get. But a lot of my stuff is available on Amazon. But anyway, what I want to talk about here is this book, Unlimited Wealth. This just came out, and right at the beginning, learn one of the most heavily guarded and highly top secret wealth building strategies used by the top 1%. So this is kind of interesting, because if you look at the dynamics of the way that where the wealth is dispersed throughout the country, you can find out that 1% of the population, they control 96% of all of the wealth that's in circulation, all of the multi-trillions of dollars that have been printed. 96% of that is basically hoarded by the top 1%. And this isn't about trying to like get back at them or fight them. This is basically, you know, I've studied these people who, like, you see my old videos. I used to be broke, homeless, living on the street, been locked up. You know, I'm banned from 4 countries. I've gone through some real gangster shit. Been on the streets fucking with guns, gone on robberies. I've robbed people blind in the street. I've done some gangster shit. Okay, I got bud leaves tattooed on my fucking hand. Used to sell drugs. This isn't to be cool. These tattoos aren't to show off and be like, you know, oh yeah, he's cool, he's got tattoos. Okay, this is real gangster shit from the streets. You see West Side right here. You see Los Angeles on my back. Like, you see the tattoos, you see the gangster. Like, I've been through that side, but now I'm on this other side. Now let me tell you why. So basically, if you look at the way this top 1%, you'd think that they're just hanging out, partying on the beach. And yeah, they can be, but these people actually work very hard, and I know many of them now, just from the types of work that I do. When a lot of these guys, as ironic as it is, they have mass amounts of money, but they don't know how to talk to girls. So I get hired by guys who are very financially successful, from 6 figures to 7 figures and up, and these guys are brilliant at and have created mass amounts of financial success. They own multiple companies and businesses. But when it comes to going to a club and talking to girls, that's too much for them. They don't understand that. They're not socially savvy. They work at a desk all day. These guys aren't players. Bottom line is, they're fucking nerds, and I feel bad for them a lot of times. I would rather have, if you offered me an abundance of beautiful women versus $1 million, I'll take the ladies every time, because that money, you could spend it and be gone. I'd rather be a player. I'd rather be me. So, but when you break down the science of the way that these top earners in the world are making their money, they are all using exactly what I describe in this book, and it is what I like to call multiple sources of income. Let's just say there's 3 distinct ways for you to earn money. And I'm not talking about begging, borrowing, or stealing, okay? Those are ways to get money. You can beg your friends for some money and make some pocket change. You can go try to rob a bank, but you're risking, I remember when I was locked up, there was this one dude who was on the Grey Goose with me in shackles, and he tried to rob an armored car with him and his buddy, and they had some shotguns. They ended up getting caught. They got charged with 204 years for trying to rob this armored truck for some paper. So, it's too much of a gamble. And small time crime doesn't pay, because I've been there, and I used to be in the ghetto, fucking robbing old ladies, stealing their purses and shit. And that kind of crime, you can go, you can do some big time for what, a couple $100, if that. And now people don't even carry cash. It's all on credit cards. So, begging, borrowing, stealing is kind of out. But let's talk about guys that want to earn that money. So there's 3 distinct ways of doing it. You could be like most people, the guys that are at work right now, Monday to Friday, the drones, the slaves of society, okay? The losers, sorry, but that's what you are. People go to college thinking, I'm going to get a good job. College is just a way to train you to be somebody else's employee. That's all it's for. Okay? The guys that are out there working a 9 to 5 are the slaves that are basically helping rich people get richer. Okay? You're a slave. You think you're free, but you're really a slave. You're selling your time in exchange for money, and that money is most likely not enough money to even pay for the house that you're living in, for your car payment, for your bills, for your rent, and everything else. So you're basically, not only are you a slave, but you're also being robbed. Okay, it's not the way to go, but that's why about 96 to 98% of the entire population of the world, 8 billion people, they're all slaves. Okay, so selling your time in exchange for money is not really a winning financial strategy. You can make some money. You can get some sneaker money. You might be able to, get a nice system or some rims for your car. And after how many years, I don't know what it would take to save up enough and maybe buy a house, a little house or something. Anyway, it's a losing financial strategy. And you also get a salary cap. No matter, people say, oh, well, I want to make more money. At my job, at my 9 to 5 job, what can they do? They could try to work overtime. They could try to get time and a half. They could get a second or third job and basically try to work 100 hours a week. But at the end of the day, there's only a certain amount of time in the day. You can only make so much money. And even if sometimes you're getting time and a half, there's still a salary cap. So you're still capped out. You can only make so much money. Okay. The second way is that you can invest or gamble money, whether it's money that you've earned in the past, or maybe you borrow it from someone else and try to gamble with it. I live in Vegas, and guess what? There's a whole strip full of casinos, billion-dollar casinos, and the reason they have these enormous buildings that cost billions of dollars is because gambling doesn't work. You're not going to win at gambling. You think you will. And you think sometimes that you win a couple $100, or sometimes you even hit a nice jackpot. You know, I've seen some friends of mine win $1,800, and guess what? You know, they think they're a big winner, and then they go back and they gamble 800 or 900 of it again, and then they spend the rest on alcohol, and then they backwards rationalize to themselves, and they think, well, I had fun, I got to hang out with my friends, you know, I got all the free alcohol, and I was just gonna party anyway. Okay, gambling doesn't work. I watched my dad fail miserably at gambling, and that's why he wasn't there past the age when I was 6. You know, my parents had to get a divorce. My dad had such a bad gambling problem. He would gamble all his money, and then he would sell the car that he drove to Vegas for cash at the pawn shops, do a title loan, and then gamble against the title, trying to win it all back, and then lose that. And he would have to call, you know, his mom, my grandma, to come pick him up and give him a ride back. And you could see that my mom having to raise myself and my brother was not going to be having that. So I've seen firsthand the problems with gambling and that type of thing. So, and as counterintuitive as may sound, there is a third way for you to earn money. And essentially, if you do it right, the way that I'm doing now, you will essentially be making money while you sleep. And you say, wait a minute, like, this is too good to be true. This is some kind of magic pill. And, well, I'm going to explain it to you right here. And of course, you know, if you pick up the book, it's going to give you the much more detail, you know, the step-by-step process of how I did it myself. We're not going to have time to explain that all in the vlog today. The book is more like a guide for you to pick up. And as interesting as this may sound, the book itself is actually one of my multiple sources of income. Now, with this book alone, for example, right now, this is a published book. This isn't some dream, some airy-fairy idea that I'm talking about. You can go right on Amazon.com. You can go on BarnesandNoble.com, and you just type in Unlimited Wealth, or you type in my name, and this book will come up for $11.99. In fact, I think it's even on sale on Amazon for like $9 now. What that means is, while I'm sitting here making this vlog, while I'm doing this recording, talking about the book, while I'm sleeping in on a Monday morning, while I'm relaxing at my house, while I'm drinking, you know, this coffee that I have right here. It's great coffee, by the way. Organic, you know. Essentially, this book that I've already spent, you know, several months basically writing, formatting, editing, you know, creating the cover design, working with my publisher, and building all the pages, the Amazon page, inputting the metadata, like all that work has already been done. And now the book is just readily for sale to the public. So right now, if someone in, they could be in China, they could be, by the way, and because it's on Kindle, it automatically transfers to all the other language. So this book is not just English; it's available in every language. However many languages there are in the world, it's like several hundred languages that are in print. You know, someone could be in Japan, someone could be in Thailand, anywhere in the world, and maybe they're browsing online because they're at a point in their life when where they want to start doing better financially, and maybe they have come to the conscious awareness that there is and always was a way out of the matrix in which they're most likely living in at the present moment. For example, someone, you know, could be living in Los Angeles and start to kind of just see through the matrix and see, wow, look at this rat race going on. All these people, all these slaves, all these drones that are going up and down the 405, sitting in traffic, for these huge companies like Exxon or Chevron or Providian Financial or Citibank or any of these huge companies, you know, and they just see all these slaves and they go, wow, like, how did those people get there? Well, they say, well, maybe they were born into the right family, or they were born under the right stars, or maybe fate just likes them better. But then they start to realize, well, maybe somehow there's something that happened a little more realistic, and that these people are just a little higher educated. Maybe, yes, they did grow up in a more wealthy family, so they were able to go to private school while everyone else was going to public school. And they were basically learning how to become a leader and create financial success, while the people in public school were basically learning how to be a slave. Not in those words, but if you look at the core curriculum of public schools, it's basically teaching you how to be a submissive employee. It teaches you basic math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, so that you can be a cashier and handle money. If you really look at public school, it doesn't teach you how to be a leader. It doesn't teach you social skills of how to not only deal with, but also control people. Where if you go to private school, for example, the core curriculum is much different. If you look at enlisted men in the armed forces versus officers, and I know several officers, and I was an enlisted guy. In enlisted men's boot camp, they basically just teach you blindly how to follow any order that's given to you from an officer, just to basically be a submissive. And when you go to officer candidate school, again, and I know this because I know several officers, and I've talked to them about their studies, they're trained to how to give orders to the enlisted guys. Okay, so not only it's like on one side they're learning how to be a slave, how to be a good slave, and on the other side, from the elite perspective, they're learning how to control the slave. So it works like clockwork, and it's all by design. Okay, and I learned all this stuff from people that I'm not legally allowed to name, but I've been involved with several secret societies, and this is how I learned this information from very wealthy people. And anyway, so this book is like my report to you guys to help you give you the secrets. You know, most likely, most people who figure out exactly what I'm talking about, they will be able to use the techniques and start making more money. And some people say, well, what if the rich people find out that you're giving away these secrets? And well, most likely from the vantage point where you're currently at, which is probably making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. Some people maybe more. Some people are on that poverty line of $9,000 around their dollars a year, and some people aren't making anything. But you may come across the techniques in this book that I describe, and you might start using them, and you're gonna increase your salary. Okay, if you follow the steps, if you follow what I'm talking about, and if you can, let's just say, for example, you use the techniques in this book and you increase your yearly income by $10,000, $20,000 a year. What's ironic is the wealthy people actually like that, because then it puts you in a higher tax bracket. So they're going to make more money off of you anyway. It's the same principle. Again, I'm an ex-Navy guy. People say, oh, they're going to pay for your schooling. They give you that GI Bill to go to college. And you see, the rich people like this, because you can take someone who's uneducated, straight out of high school, put them in the military for 4 years, and then when they get out, have their college paid for, which is going to help them become a little more educated so that a better corporation can hire them. So yes, they'll make a little bit more money, but then they're going to be taxed more. So the wealthy people are still making money off of you. Okay, it's another multiple source of income for somebody out there. But anyway, let's get into the technique. for time constraints today, we don't want to go into too much detail on this stuff. I just want to give you the underlying principles here. And you can start using some of these techniques today. And if you like this, I would definitely suggest that you go on Amazon or Barnes and Noble or any other book selling sites and type in Unlimited Wealth and or my other book, 10 Steps to Success, and definitely give these give it a shot. Because I think you're really going to be happy with the results. Your life is going to change. You know, imagine yourself finally driving that brand new car that you've been thinking about for so long, or buying that new house, and or even making just $100, $200 extra a month. And again, you know, it depending on the scale that you use this technique. This is not like a one simple technique. This is not do A and B and then you get C. This is it's more like an art form. You can do it it's like an enhancement to whatever you naturally do. This is just a little icing on the cake. Now let me explain what this means. So if you look at all the top earners in the world, they're all using multiple sources of income. If you look at all the famous actors or the rock stars, the musicians, they're all using this. Okay? I'm using this technique. Now, in my own life, I'm using this technique because in my past, I was a professional soaper in the 90s. Okay? I was a pro rollerblader. I got sponsored by a company called Soap Shoes, and I went on to become the #1 top soaper in the world, however you want to describe it. You know, my name got out there internationally, and I became famous from this. And but the company that was sponsoring me wasn't necessarily paying me a lot of money. They were only paying me for the specific video shoot. Okay, you get $200 or $1,000 or whatever for this picture that we take of you. And then they would take that picture, that video, and then they would basically put it on their box of their product, on their shoe box, and they would in turn sell millions of pairs of shoes using my image. And I was too young and dumb to understand what was going on. I was just concerned with the fame and getting girls while I was on tour. But you know, this guy was who owned the company. He understood this technique. So it didn't clue into me till later, until I decided to say, hey, I came across this technique much later in life, and I started realizing, well, I can go back and I can still make some money off of this. So I realized that how to do that was to write a book. And this was my first book that I wrote and published, called Soap Shoes, Secret Tips and Tricks. When I wrote Soap Shoes, Secret Tips and Tricks, I had planned to put it online, and I figured, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll make a couple bucks on the side. And then I realized in Soap Shoes, Secret Tips and Tricks, it's actually 3 books in one. It's my autobiography. It's the actual section on the secret tips and tricks. And then it's the Trictionary, where it's like a photo dictionary of all of the different tricks. And I said, well, there's no reason, it's fine, I'll leave out what I have. I have this one huge mega product, but I have 3 separate products inside of it. So I went ahead and I split it apart. Now all of a sudden I had my autobiography called Pro Soaper. I have the Soap Shoes Secret Tips and Tricks, and now I have the Soap Shoes Trictionary version 2.0. So all of a sudden I realized now I have 3 books out there, and they're all potentially making money while I sleep. And I still had my regular job as a recording engineer, and because I own my own label, and you know, I have a passion for music. So not only am I making my hourly wage, but all of a sudden some kid in Croatia can be searching around on Amazon, type in the keyword soap shoes, and my books, plural, come up. And I say, oh wow, look at this autobiography, Pro Soaper. Wow, he was in Vice Magazine, the Ride Channel, Complex Sneaker. Oh wow, this is an official book. It's only 20 bucks. Boom. All of a sudden I get an alert on my iPhone that says, hey, you just made a sale and you made $5 or $6, whatever my royalty is on that. You know, I get a percentage of that $20. Amazon will get a percentage. My publisher, CreateSpace, will get a percentage. Some other people in the third party, whatever, will get a percentage. And at this point I started to realize, wow, like, you know, I'm also a musician. I could be having tons of different albums out. And in this new digital day and age, people aren't necessarily buying albums like they were in the 90s. It's all about singles. Now, I've been doing music since I was 4 years old, and I realized, wow, you know, I have written basically over 15,000 songs, and that's not an exaggeration. Now, I lost many of these songs during a power outage in 2003 when my hard drive got deleted. And but I still had several thousand other songs that were saved on an alternate hard drive. So I began basically getting together my best stuff and re-recording it, remixing it, remastering it, and got signed to a company called TuneCore and started basically putting out albums on iTunes and Amazon. So now not only do I have my 3 Soap Shoes books, I also have my my album Poppin' de Motorola's, the super single, which has that's actually 3 songs in one. It's the original studio recording, the instrumental version, so people can karaoke over the top of it, and the acapella, which is just basically the vocals. So a DJ can take the vocals from my Poppin' de Motorola song, which was recently featured on H3 Production. So it has 3 million views right now, so it's becoming a pretty famous song. But anyway, DJs can take that acapella and they can remix it over the beat that I have, because I'm a 90s kid. I enjoy that type of background music. But you know, in 2016, to be relevant, a lot of people are using trap music or EDM style music. So maybe they want to beat match and take my maybe they like my lyrics because that's the famous song now, and they want to put it over someone else's beat who's just coming up to give that next producer some point. So people can go on Amazon if they like that song, and they can buy those 3 tracks for $2.97, or maybe they just want one of the songs, so they buy one of them for 99 cents. But meanwhile, that's 3 more products essentially. Well, it's actually 4, because you can either buy it as the album or you can buy each individual single. So those 3 songs are 4 products. And and actually it's a 5th product, because you can buy the physical CD as well for $9.98 on Amazon. So those are 3 songs, 5 products. Okay, just like each one of my books, they're not only available in paperback, they're also available on Kindle for $2.99. So every book that you see, it's actually 2 products in one. So and then what's interesting is that you can actually break down any type of printed or let's just say you make a product, for example, like a VSL, a video sales letter. Let's say right now, as I'm talking to you on this video, okay, I may put this video on YouTube, but maybe I don't like the lighting on it, so I maybe won't put the video up there, but I could put the audio with a picture overlay, or I could just put it as an MP3 on some other site. So, but let's imagine like you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching the video version, where you can see me, and I'm wearing my Soap Nation shirt, and you can see me drinking the coffee right here. It's good coffee. It's good. And so this is a video product. Okay? But imagine if we take away the picture part, what do we have left? Well, we still have the audio, the MP3 that can be sold. So maybe you're a realtor and you're making a video about a new house that you want to sell. Maybe they live in Los Angeles. They don't have time to sit down and watch videos, but they might want to just listen to the product while they're driving back and forth from work. So you could put the video on your website and monetize the video with ads and make money off of it. Similar to YouTube, You know, I'm a YouTube partner as well, so every video that you see on my YouTube, all however many thousands of videos, they're all monetized and they're all making me money right now while I'm making this vlog. So you can do that with the video, or you can turn the video into a DVD, a physical product, and sell the physical, or you can strip the video all together and you can basically have it as an audio, an MP3. You can have put it on iTunes to download it for $1.29. But now what happens if you get rid of the audio? What would you be left with? You think, oh, silence, you know, nothing. No. Because you can take the audio and you can strip it to just the text version. You can go on, there's a website called Copy Talk, or you can use, like I use, the program is called Dragon. And for example, I would just put the microphone up to the speaker, listening to me talk, and it will translate at 200 words per minute. This program called Dragon. And it will take what I'm saying right now and turn it into the text, which is what? An ebook. Okay? Not everyone wants to sit around and listen. Maybe they don't like my voice. Maybe they don't want to hear me talk, but they want the information that I'm saying right now. Okay? Because the content, what I'm saying, maybe they don't like the video quality. Maybe they say, oh, I don't like that you filmed this on an iPhone. This wasn't full on HD. I can't watch it. And I don't like your voice. I don't like your ghetto slang that you throw in here. I just want the content that you're saying. I just want to learn how to make multiple sources of income. So I go ahead and put the ebook up on Kindle for $3, and it will cut out all the It will cut out all the silence. It will cut out all the little ums and ahs and just my natural way of talking, and it will just be straight content. So someone can read that really quick. It can be put into bullet points depending on how you want to format it. So right now we now have a video for sale, or something. Just this one thing that I'm recording right now is like 6 different products. It could be the video for YouTube or for my website that we could put ads on. It could be a physical video, a DVD. Okay, it can be an MP3 download. It could be a physical CD. It can be an ebook. It can be a paperback book, and that's now 6 products. We can make it a special version and make it hardcover. Lulu.com will do hardcover books. It's very the same as CreateSpace. That's 7 different products, 7 different ways, 7 different formats that you could sell this little video that I'm making right now of just me just sitting here drinking coffee, talking about the techniques. I could sell this now in seven different ways. And if you obviously if you put your mind to it, there's other ways that you can sell this as well. You can chop little pieces and make a kind of a trailer. You can only maybe sell just different samples. You could remix this whole video and with all the little mistakes in it and make a gag reel. That's a separate video. There's so many different ways you can do it, but the main principle here is that after I take the time to record the video, and after I take the time to go ahead and chop it up into the MP3 and chop it up into the book format and send it to press, we now have all these different ways of making money from the content that I'm giving you. Now, this is just a quick little vlog. Obviously, I'm not going to go that far. This is just a quick little vlog for YouTube talking about this book and what it's about. And but if you are, for example, maybe you are a plumber, you can use this same technique, and you think, well, what could I? You could essentially make a video about your experience as a plumber and the top 10 ways to fit pipes together. Or I don't know anything about plumbing, or anything. I don't know anything about automotive stuff, but maybe you are a mechanic and you want to make a product on how 3 easy steps to change a tire, or whatever topic you want to talk about. You know, if you're a plumber, how to fit pipes together, maybe your jewelry repair, and you want to do a little product about how the average Joe can easily like fix most pieces of, or like maybe I have a chain, you know, I don't know how to fix it. For example, here's the chain right here. This is a silver chain, 925, stamped Italy. Okay, I don't know what this retails for now, but you know, it's a nice chain. It's a little tarnished. I have no idea how to clean that. I'm not a jeweler. I don't work in a pawn shop. I don't know how to clean this thing. So I went to a jeweler a couple weeks ago, and basically showed him my tarnished chain. Still worth a lot of money. It's just tarnished. Needs to be cleaned. I know there's something called silver cleaner. I don't know how to use it, and I'm not the type of person who's gonna buy that and sit around. I don't have time to clean the chain. That's where I will go to a jeweler and say, hey, clean this. And of course, this guy charged me $80, and I guess he started taking out the blowtorch, and he burned off the tarnish, and then he cleaned it with silver cleaner. Altogether, I probably could have done the same thing in 10 minutes, and it probably would have cost me $5 instead of $60 or $80, whatever he charged me for. Well, what happens if, you know, now I have all these products, I have a lot of money coming in. So $60 or $80 to me to clean an old chain, that's really no sweat off my sack. You know, that's no big deal. Okay, but to a lot of people, $60 or $80 is a lot of money to them because they don't have multiple sources of income. They haven't done the groundwork that I've done. They're working their 9-to-5 job. They make $45, $50 a day after taxes working at Walmart or something like that. But now let's say you as a jeweler, you know, maybe you want to make a quick little video. Hey, in under 10 minutes, learn how to clean your own chains or whatever like that, and you can get that book pressed, and you can even sell that in your store, and you can have it available online, so you can still work at your jewelry store and make your hourly wage. But now you have your book on how the average man can clean his chain in 10 easy steps, however you want to market it. And now that's maybe for sale on Amazon for $9.99, or you figure out a fair price of what you think what it's worth. And once you clock out and you go home from your job at the jewelry store, you're still potentially making money. Maybe someone in the middle of the night is thinking, oh, you know, I want to get this chain cleaned. I don't want to wait until the morning, and I have to go to the mall, and I have to go to the jeweler, and I have to pay him a lot of money. I'd rather just do it myself. I think there's probably some kind of cleaner. What's the best cleaner to use? And they go on Amazon and they type in how to clean jewelry. Your book shows up. Boom. Oh, it's only $10? Okay, like I can have this overnighted. I'll pay the $10 for this book. Oh, this is interesting. They get it the next day. You know, I think Amazon has half-day delivery service now. If it's Amazon Prime, you can buy it and have it shipped to you later the same day if it's before noon or something like that. It's a pretty amazing service. And so essentially now you say as a jeweler, you still make your hourly wage, but now you have this new book. And if you sell enough, pretty soon you won't have to work in that jewelry store. You can afford to hire employees, and you can just sit back on a hammock at the beach and drink frozen mixed drinks out of a pineapple with beautiful naked women surrounding you, and make money off of your product that's available online. So it's really up to you guys if you want to do the groundwork to create these multiple products. Whether you want to do, for me, I enjoy writing, so I do books. You know, I also have CDs out, DVDs. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You know, you can go to the next level. You know, again, not everyone wants to be a millionaire. Not everyone wants $10 million. Not everyone wants to be a billionaire. And when I say that, a lot of people go, wow, are you crazy? Like, how could you make a statement like that? And let me tell you that it's actually true. Not everyone wants the responsibility of having millions of dollars. Some people are perfectly fine making 6 figures a year. Some people, they don't even need that. They just want to live a nice, quiet, peaceful life, living in the forests of Canada with their wife and their children, and tending to an herb garden, and putting their feet up and relaxing by a fire. And they don't care about the luxury penthouse suite apartment with the party life and 300 people over jumping in your pool. Okay? Whatever way you are, maybe you just want to make an extra, if you made an extra $100 a month, that's an extra $1,200 a year. If you made an extra $1,000 a month, that's an extra $12,000 a year. That's life-changing to a lot of people out there that are on that poverty line, And but then there's some people that want that those mass amounts of money. They want a lot more cash. And so you can take this to the next level, and instead of doing things like books, CDs, and DVDs, you can do this with multiple businesses. You can buy your first, McDonald's franchise, or you can do this by buying an apartment building. Maybe you get an apartment building, raise the rent, get it paid off. Maybe you want multiple apartment buildings. Maybe you want to buy multiple condos. Maybe you want to create an invention, for example, like a new piece of exercise equipment, or maybe some interesting invention like I remember myself and my ex-girlfriend in high school. We were the first ones who invent a keychain that had it was something that you put on your keys, and then on the wall you put this little button, and if you ever lose your keys, you click the button on the wall and it will start beeping, so that if hey, I lost my keys, I can't find my keys, you don't dig around for 3 hours trying to find your keys. You just press the button on the wall and your key will ding. And so we wrote this invention down on paper, and I never did anything with it. Never went and filed for the patent and sent maybe the patent over to China for workers to turn this into a business. It was just an idea. But I created this idea, with my ex Sarah back in 1999, and anyway, someone else came up with this idea around in the mid 2000s. I ended up seeing it on in like the Oriental Trading Company's catalog, and they had come up with basically the exact same thing that Sarah and I had come up with, and now this gentleman, whoever made that, is probably making millions of dollars off something that I invented, along with another one that I invented was basically like refreezable ice cubes, and it would be like a little plastic cube with water inside that you put in the because sometimes you want a Coke, you want ice cold Coke or ice cold Coke or lemonade, and you don't want it all watered down when the ice melts. So we invented basically these refreezable plastic ice cubes, and no one had ever heard of this, and we went around and told all my friends about this. How, yeah, we want to make these refreezable ice cubes, and you just put them in the freezer, they freeze, and then you put them in your Coke. And people were like, oh, that's so cool, we should make that. And it was one of those things that just got left on the drawing board, never sent it in. And now they're readily available. Someone took that idea and is now making millions of dollars from that. No worries on my part, I have my own thing going on. But maybe you have an invention, and that could be your ticket to more money, to more abundance and more prosperity in your life. So again, it doesn't have to be, when we say multiple sources, it's not necessarily just books, CDs, DVDs. It's as simple as it sounds, multiple sources of income. Maybe I have this invention, and I've written this book, and I have this audio program out, and I have blah, 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 whatever it is. So you have just multiple sources of income that are making you money, and you're not necessarily having to do anything for it. Once the invention's out, it's done. Once my books are published, this book is written, published, and I never have to touch it. I never even have to look at it again. It's just online, making me money. Someone buys it, the money goes to my PayPal account. I don't even have to do nothing for it. It just shows up. It's readily available for me to spend, and then I just take my PayPal card or my bank card, or however, you could do things like direct deposit or whatever. However you end up obtaining the cash, the funds for your sale. For example, I sold a few albums of my Poppin' Dem Motorola's this week, and made a couple bucks. It's on my PayPal, and then I can just go on Amazon.com, and it's readily available for me to spend. Or I could save it. I could do whatever I want with it, and you guys can do the same thing. So anyway, I think you guys get the idea of how this works. Here's my advice for you. My advice for you right here, not only to grab a copy of the book so that you can really understand this at a more profound level, but my advice for you here is to go ahead and just, whatever you're doing with your life, which is probably, if you're listening to this, you probably don't have a lot going on in your life. You're probably stuck in this 9 to 5. You're probably pigeonholed into a job that you hate. I'm going to say, why don't you just decide right now to take the next year, possibly next 2 years off. Take it off. Maybe you have some interesting hobbies that you're doing on the side. Just quit. Just stop doing them. And start writing down on paper what you want your multiple sources of income to be. Whether you say, you know what, I'm going to write that book that I've always talked about writing, but I've never actually sat down and taken the action steps to start making it happen. Maybe that's what you're going to do for the next year or two. Or maybe you're an inventor, or maybe you've always dreamed of buying, an apartment complex. And my buddy Jose in Florida, he's looking at buying this apartment complex in Oklahoma now, and I don't know how many units it is, but he's already looked at the price. He has the money in the account to actually purchase the property full on, and basically, as of day one, he's going to basically start generating income depending on how much he sets the rent. And it's something that he's looking at, but he won't have to work after that. Once he spends his savings in exchange for the apartment complex, everything that he makes in rent is just going to be paying for his house that he has already. And so anyway, there is a business strategy to that, and that's not what we're talking about now, but maybe that's your dream, to own that apartment complex and start making money off the rent. Maybe, who knows what your dream is, but maybe it's time for you to write down what that dream is and take the next year or two off and do what you need to do. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some value out of this, and I hope that it inspires you to start creating multiple sources of income and step your game up in life. Start making more money. It feels good. It feels good that it's Monday morning, and all my friends are out working, and I'm just relaxing, making this vlog on YouTube. After this, I got money in my account. I'm probably gonna go to the mall, get a nice manicure, pedicure. I'm gonna be able to go to Olive Garden for lunch. Get some breadsticks, some soup, some fettuccine alfredo with chicken. Probably the what do you call that? The calamari. I like calamari with either lemon or A1 sauce. I love calamari and A1. I don't have to worry about, I should only get one alcoholic beverage. I can afford to get 3 or 4 of them if I want. And I can afford to call the Uber to pick me up if I'm too drunk to drive home. And I can afford to, if I want to, I can go to the mall and I can buy those new sneakers. I can buy the new clothes, So it feels good to have money coming in from multiple sources of income. And I want you guys to be able to experience those feelings of success as well. And at that, I hope that you guys are having a great Monday as well. And if you're sitting here sometime in the future listening to this recording and you're stuck at your dead-end job that you hate, and you see your rich boss walking around ordering people around like a fucking jerk, maybe it's time to say fuck him and quit your job and go work on your stuff. And in a year or 2 years from now, you'll be looking at your smartphone or whatever device there is in the future that shows, hey, you just made your first sale, or hey, you got money coming in from whatever multiple source that you did the groundwork for. Now, it's taken me, I basically took the last 5 years off, and I now have over 50 different books, and I've got CDs and DVDs, and I've got all these products out there that are making me money while I'm talking to you, while I'm sleeping, while I'm working out at the gym. I'm always making money now. So and that took me 5 years of my life. That was a lot of hard work, and I had to sacrifice pretty much everything to get it. I had six-pack abs back in 2012, and you can see I'm overweight now because I've been sitting at my desk typing. So I had to give up some of my health to create these multiple sources of income. I had to girls that I was dating, I had to flake on them and blow them off. I had a date with this one really hot girl, but I couldn't go with her because I had a deadline on a book, and my publisher was waiting on the final draft. So I had to flake out. I've lost potential lays, potential girlfriends. I've lost a lot of regular friends because I haven't been able. People say, "Hey Ryan, man, we're going out to Buffalo Wild Wings. Come hang out." No, I can't, man. I got to work on my stuff, But I will catch up soon. After a while, you flake on people so many times, they start thinking that you ain't about shit. Even though in the end, you could see that I am about shit because I'm out there really doing real things. So, but that is going to happen. You get into this type of entrepreneurial lifestyle, and you are going to lose friends. It's just going to happen. It's part of the game. But you'll make new friends that are on your level. That it's just something that's going to happen. I had a luxury condo with 2 pools, a volleyball court, 2-car garage, hot tub. And I lost all that when I downsized into just basically so I could quit my regular job that I had and basically live off savings so that I would have time 15 hours a day to work on all my stuff. And so I went to from a luxury condo into just renting a room off of Craigslist. I did what I had to do, but now it's nice to have this money coming in, and now I can live the lifestyle that I want. And like I said, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it, definitely. But yeah, I definitely suggest take a year, take 2 years off. Like me, you don't have to go overboard like me and take 5 years off and make 50 different books. If you just one, you can make money off that. It just depends on how far you want to take it. And I know that this is a huge level of awareness just by what you just learned from me right now. You probably never heard anything like this before, but I'm sure at this point your brain is probably exploding with all the information that I just told you. I'm sure that you're probably imagining, oh wow, like I can do this. I can take off the next year, or maybe I can just go to part-time at my job so you only have to work 2 or 3 days a week, just enough to pay your rent, and then just spend all your time on your computer or in your laboratory or in your studio or whatever you're doing, and finally like get that product out there. Finish that audio book that you were working on. A buddy of mine who's also a former student, he took my advice. He took basically he said, I'm going to take 2 years off, and he now has his first product out there making him money while he sleeps. and it's an audio product, a dating and relationship advice thing, and it's a full-on audio book. It's like 3 hours long or something. Great tips and techniques on how to seduce women and be a more attractive man. And he now has this readily available for sale in physical CD and MP3 download. He's making money off of it, and now he's working on his second product. So and it's all professionally recorded, mixed and mastered. Took him a long time to do it. He had to write it all out, then he had to read it all. He has a text version, so he has it's the physical CD, the MP3 download, and the ebook. So he has 3 products right there. And again, he's working on his next big project. So, and now he's living a much better lifestyle, making that money. He's able to afford nicer furniture for his house, you know, whatever he wants, bigger rims for his car, whatever he wants to do with that. And you guys can do the same thing. So at that, I'm out for now. I'm gonna go to the mall, spend some of that money that I've been earning. Like I said, go get a nice manicure, pedicure, eat lunch at Olive Garden, you know, and just do whatever I want to do. Take a nap if I feel like it. I don't have to call in to a boss. I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock at 6 in the morning. I don't have to do that anymore. I live a different type of lifestyle. It feels good. This coffee is fucking good, by the way. If you guys like this video and you got value out of it, make sure if you're watching the YouTube version, leave it a big thumbs up. If you want more tips on health, wealth, relationships, lifestyle, well-being, make sure to go to the video playlist that says Ryan Jaunzemis, Master Pickup Artist. You're going to find hundreds of videos right there with great tips just like this one. Pick up a copy of my new book, Unlimited Wealth. Paperback, $11.99. Kindle, $2.99. You can't beat it. $2 fucking dollars. In exchange for possibly creating unlimited levels of wealth in your life. You know, if I was you, I would grab your credit card right now. Go on Kindle. You know, you're not gonna miss the $2.99. You know, people give $2. The guy in the corner asking, you know, for $2, you've probably given a homeless guy $2 before. You're not gonna lose it. Honestly, I would suggest to buy the paperback version. Again, because then you can look at it. You can highlight certain things. You know, you can fold the pages. You're gonna see pictures inside, charts, the things that shows you exactly how I did it. The big section in of how to create vision boards. If you've never created a vision board before, this is going to be an interesting technique for you. It's definitely going to help step up your game. And there's a lot of interesting stuff in this book. So at that, we'll see you guys on the next one. And I wish you the best, you know. And once you start bringing in that money, and you're gonna, you know, your life's gonna change. You know, remember, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're gonna continue to get what you've always gotten. So maybe it's time to change. We'll see you guys on the next one. This is Ryan J. Peace.